What's up, guys? Thank you for joining me today on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I'm Jeff Phillips. You say, what in the world are you doing out here today? All right, check it out. I'm laying off the deer this morning. I'm probably going to go this evening. I got like 2 more weeks of deer season. It's mid-January here, but I've had such a blessed season. Man, I'm getting ready for 3D. I am. We've got a big shoot coming up in February, Buck Hollow Bow Hunters, Dixon, Tennessee. Mr. Wayne Baggett's place is absolutely gorgeous up there. And they have one of the best shoots I've ever been to in my life. It's called the Pre-Spring Arrow Fling, guys. It's in February, just outside of Nashville in Dixon, Tennessee. And Mr. Wayne puts on and all the guys, such a good shoot. They have all the vendors come, like Black Widow, Big Jim, Selway, tons of others, man. It is the first big gathering of the year. Everybody's just had cabin fever, man. They're ready to get out, ready to shoot some 3D. And last year when we went, it was actually sleeting a little bit and snowing that morning. It was so cool. Then it cleared out, but man, you never know what the weather's going to do. You don't in February. But I will tell you guys, if there's any way that you can make it, try to be there. You will absolutely love it. Okay, so you say, well, what are you doing today? All right, I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to be shooting. And guys, literally I can shoot any bow on the planet. I can for my 3D. It doesn't really matter what it is. And I've got in my hand a bow, $130. That's right, $130 ILF bow. And I love it. I love it, man. Okay, so let me tell you something. I'm addicted to tinkering with bows, even cheap bows, Amazon bows. It doesn't matter what they are. Tinkering with them, tweaking them, tuning them, making them shoot like a stallion. Okay, that's what I like doing. And that's the fun of it, guys. So yes, I'm addicted to tinkering with cheap bows. All right, some are better than others. Now, I'm going to tell you honestly, I've had so many, and I've got so many different ones. And I'm shooting this one here because I have just fallen in love with it. I really have, guys. Now, this is a Top Archery ILF Recurve. That's it. And I bought 40-pound limbs for it, okay? And you got, I think 2.5 plus or minus on the weight adjustment. But I bottom mine out pretty much all the time. Dead even tiller because I'm shooting 3 under. But I silence my limb pads up right here where your limbs meet. And I did a complete video on this, guys, where your limbs meet the top limb boat. They get a little bit of noise there, and you get a little contact right on the bottom. So you want to pad the very bottoms where it touches the ILF pad, and right here where it touches the bolt. It will shut them up. Now, I'll tell you what you have to do. You see this gorgeous, gorgeous string. God, that's so fine. That, my friends, is none other than a Triple T string from my friend Trevor Fielder. Trevor always hooks me up with the baddest strings in the world. All right, guys, so anyway, I got this little bow in. They sent me this thing, and I was like, look, dude, I need a good string for this bow. I want something cool. It don't get no cooler than that. That's what he sent me. And these are the game changers. Guys, like I shared in these other videos, I don't care if you buy a Black Hunter, a Sage, a Karen, a Top Archery bow, anything out there that's cheap. Basically Chinese bows, okay? They are awesome shooting bows, and they're dirt cheap, okay? But you got to change the string. You have to put you a good string on them. It completely changes the feel, the performance, the sound, everything about the bow. It does. So, first thing I didn't even put the stock string on this thing. I didn't even fool with that. No, I'm not even running limb backing on this bow. Not anything. And it's quiet, okay? And this bow is fast. I mean, it is quick, okay? So, I set this one up. And if you're gonna buy, I need to share this with you guys, what I did to change this bow up and why I don't recommend the Top Archery's riser. Now, the limbs that they run are built in the exact same factory as a T-bow. They're Gordon limbs, they're maple core, they're bulletproof, they shoot great. But if you're gonna go with something like that, buy a T-bow. If you don't want to go Satori money and get the real deal, buy you a T-bow. A T-bow comes with a good grip. This is an original Hoyt Satori grip right here that I took off one of my Satoris because it came with a carbon fiber looking plastic fat high wrist angle grip that I despised. Okay, I hated the grip, hate it. Also, the Top Archery did not come with the strike plate. It did not come with it. So that meant I was so far past center to the right that my arrows were grouping 5 inches to the right no matter what. So I had to build it up. I had to actually put Hoyt shims and build me up basically a homemade beaver tail strike plate, okay? And it shoots amazing. I can do this kind of stuff and I like it, okay? But when you buy a T-bow, you get the strike plate, you get the shims, you get the real wood grip. Guys, the real deal, like Hoyt used to put on theirs. They got them. I love them. Love the grips on a T-bow. So if you're gonna go with something like that, get you a T-bow for $200, a good triple T string, start shooting. You'll love it. You'll love the bows. I promise you will. Now, if you want to shoot wood bows, I'm just gonna tell you guys, I got something coming up. It's gonna be mind-blowing. And I'm talking high end. I'm talking carbon, bamboo, sweetheart bows that we are about to be showing off, okay? That Three Rippers is bringing to the market. And I'm telling you guys, I can't wait to get my hands on these bows. All right, so enough for that. That's going to be down the road here in just hopefully a couple of weeks. Anyway, my 3D rig is this cheap ILF bow, and I'm shooting a gold tip warrior, and I'm going to tell you guys, you can spend whatever you want to spend, whatever amount you want to spend. You will never buy an arrow that will outshoot this gold tip warrior, and they're cheap. Not going to happen. I don't care how much you spend out of a traditional bow, because traditional bows are not that critical. But if you want an arrow that flat out shoots good, get you a gold tip. I put 50 grain inserts in this one, 125 grain tips, because that's all I need. I'm running a 410 grain arrow. I got 40-pound limbs. I'm bottomed out at about 43 pounds, okay? And the bow is fast, smooth and fast, and draws like butter, okay? Very consistent bow. Okay, so what I'm trying to bring you guys is some options, okay? That number one, like we shared in so many of these videos, you don't have to spend big money. You don't. There's just no difference in them hardly. You can get a cheaper bow, a quality cheaper bow, rig it up right, and shoot it and enjoy yourself and not be out a lot of money. You can always go to the high-end stuff if you choose to later, but for you guys that are coming over from compound world to traditional, I recommend an ILF bow. I do, because it feels more like a compound. The grip, everything about the bow, man, it just has that feel, man. It does. That narrow throat like your compound, man, it's such an easy transition, okay? So that's why I recommend them. I'm going to shoot this thing for you guys. I'm going to show you why I'm shooting a cheap ILF rig with a top quality string and top quality arrows. That's what I'm shooting. And I'm going to show you why, guys. Check this out. Right in there. This son of a gun shoots as good as anything I have ever had in my hand. And I'll shoot it a couple more times, guys, but I'm telling you, consistency. When you're shooting 3D, You want consistency. You want a bow that is going to perform the same every single time, that has the feel every single time, where you can execute your shot the same. You have to shoot like a machine, okay? And whether you gap shoot, whether you shoot instinctive, whether you shoot split vision, kind of referencing your arrow, whichever route that you go, you got to do the same thing every time. You can't change anything up, guys. Sorry. Bike going down the road. You cannot change up anything. You've got to nail down your process. So now is a good time. Early spring is a good time, and if you live up north and you're snowed in and you can't get out, which, hey, we've got this massive Arctic blast coming through here tomorrow and the next day. It's about to get brutal. Not gonna be like today. But anyway, if you're housebound, man, I don't care if you got to set you up a target in the house and shoot it 8 yards. If that's what you got to do it. Work on that form, work on that execution, work on just your release itself. The anchor, the release, the back tension, the get your head in it, the focusing, pulling through that shot. Work on that stuff and nail it, and then you will be ready. So I'm going to grab this arrow and I'm going to shoot again, because I do a 1 arrow practice. You might wonder why I'm not shooting a dozen arrows here in groups. Okay, groups are great, they're fine. But in 3D, you don't get that. You don't. So I shoot 1 arrow at 1 3D target. I get that arrow, I shoot it again, because you get 1 shot, just like hunting. Now, if I was to grab my arrows and I was to shoot groups, sure, I put 1 in there, I can sit there and I can look at it and I can shoot at that arrow, shoot at that arrow. That's all fine. But like I said, 1 arrow practice is so much better, guys. It's so much better because it makes you think about it and make that shot count. So let me grab it and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. We'll sling us another one right quick. Same exact spot. If there was a dime on that target, if there was a dime, it would have been in that dime. The exact same spot. I mean, literally, it cannot be any different. So I'm gonna grab it and shoot it 1 more time, guys. All right, let's do it. And what I do, guys, when I prepare for a shot, and this question came up, gosh, multiple times, but this week it came up. How do you make an arrow go where you want it to go? Guys, as I've shared, I more or less have my shot made before I ever come to full draw. I line up, I get my hook, and I start barely tugging on my string. And once I'm up, and then when I come into draw and I hit my anchor and my elbow goes up, which brings my back tension together, my eyes are glued on where I want that arrow to go. And I just execute. It's done. It's over. It's there. That's what I personally do. Just like that. Over and over and over. Over and over and over. We'll do it again. All right. Like I said, if you choose to hold it longer, reference the arrow, great. It's even more consistent. It's great. Split vision shooting is totally awesome, especially in 3D. It is. Just like that. That's it, guys. I mean, voila, there it is. That's exactly what I do. Look at it and shoot it. Simple, simple, simple. But I try my best to make my draw cycle, my anchor, my release the same every time. Every single time. It's a feel. It's a feel. And believe me, guys, if you do something different, it's going to feel different. You're going to know it. you know the very second that arrow leaves, you know the second that it leaves your bow if it's in there, if it's not. You don't even have to wait on it. You know if you've made that shot. So that's why I say work on the grip. Remember, put some pressure right there. Don't grip the bow, but put your fingertip pressure on it. Cradle it like a compound, Fingertip pressure. Come into it, bring the elbow up, your head's in it. And it's okay even if you want to squint your left eye a little bit. I don't really, but if it helps you to give you that tunnel vision, squint the left eye just a little bit. And get just where you're really honed in on it, okay? Try those little tricks. They really work, guys. Thank you for joining me today on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I'm about to go hunting, okay? It's too good of a day not to. The wind's laid. It blew all night long. I gotta go, man. So I'm gonna get my other hunting bow ready and all my stuff, and I'm gonna go on an evening hunt. Because one more doe is definitely not gonna hurt. Love it, man. It'll be over before you know it. So thank you for joining me today on Instinctive Addiction Archery. I'm Jeff Phillips. Pray that everything we say and do on this channel bring honor and glory to the good Lord above that gives us everything to enjoy in shooting, including setting up and shooting cheap bows, okay? Hunting, 3D, all of it. But guys, if you have not subscribed, make sure you hit the like button. If you like any of these videos, please hit the like button, because all that does, it's not money. When you hit the like button, it makes YouTube more or less spread these videos in areas that they typically wouldn't, which might just happen to catch a guy that's never ever seen a traditional archery channel, okay? That might spark his interest, might bring one more over, okay? And he also may get a little bit of message about the good Lord while he's at it. Okay, so make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you hadn't, because that way you'll get notified every time the new videos hit, and got a ton of them coming up. But when they do hit and they come out, you'll get a little notification. Ding, there's a new video out. Okay, thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.